Hey love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And anybody who's needing prayers or just an uplift and vibration, I'm sending that towards you in a million times fold, especially if you're trying to go through to get to. And I truly understand that. Anybody coming in with nefarious vibes, baby, I ain't got time. I'm just sending it right back, except mine's going to have blessings attached to it of healing. So today, y'all, it's been like about a month or two since I've done a video, and I said, I had to get myself straight. I really did. I said I didn't want to come back unless I really had something really, to talk about. I've been going through a lot of different things, as other people have too. You're just going through things to get to things. And it was just for me being able to say, this one's going to be titled, You Found It. You found it. Going through a lot of stuff, and it's just not even trying to come back with that same energy that I had, the narc family members and black magic and practitioners and stuff like that. That stuff ain't changed. It's just the way I can continue to, change the perspective on different things that I went through. And it had to be at that point in time. It could be easy all day if I can sit up here and be telling y'all all the stuff that I've been going through and stuff like that, but it's neither here nor there. It's just, say this to say that. I just had to change my perspective on how I really did things, how did I tend to look at things. It wasn't about, how I talk about, how family, did this and this and that to try to make sure, all that stuff is going on. And it just, now I can say, if it wasn't for all the situations that led me to where I am today, it wouldn't be guiding me toward empath, a purpose to create something better into my life, bigger than what I can actually just comprehend. And it had to be going through those things. It's not, seeing myself as a victim or, anything. It's just like, shoot, I feel like I'm a victor that just constantly keeps, you come through a struggle. You go through heartache, you go through pain, you go through disappointment. You seeing the true intentions of different people that you really loved and cared about. And it's just like, if you did not go through these ups and downs with these people, how would you have really known where your purpose is supposed to lead you to? And a lot of times it's like when we go through stuff, and it can be the most traumatic things in life, and it could be at that point where it's so easy, really easy just to look at things in a negative way. It's like, I don't have money and don't be having, a job or anything like that. And it's just like, I had to be able to change, the verbiage I use with myself, articulate myself in a bigger way. And it's just like, it's so easy for, we can always point fingers of what, people are doing or what, or even if that's true. But there's a lot of things in our lives that, you can take blame for the things you did. I can say how, I took things personal when I really shouldn't have. It's just like when people do things to you, regardless if it's directed towards you or whatever, they help you find your potential. Anybody who's going out their way to talk bad about you, that you could say every evil thing in the book, but you choose not to, because it's just like at that point in time, it's just like I've told y'all before, you've been walking with me. Basically it is, you watching my videos and you're walking through this growth of life with me. Y'all seen, if you've been with me for a while, you see my ups, my downs, see me where I was very emotional, mad as hell, but now it's just at that point where I had to just close myself off, even when I didn't want to. I just had to, because this is what I was guided to do. You had to really look at life different. You can't keep going through the same cycles and just not get it. You know, and it's just like, not getting, it's like everything that you go through is a purpose. If you want a good thing, I love doing my videos at times. I've had different people, try to get my videos cut down. I'm demonetized now, but it's at that point, I still love doing videos, but it was just like, I really want to be transparent. I want to be able to have something to come back and really say, how I changed my perspective, how I really thought about things, not allowing myself to focus on the enemy. That's what the devil wants you to do. I always want you to focus on what people are trying to do behind the scenes. What things are they trying to sabotage for you? What kind of situation are they placing you in for you to sabotage yourself? Anybody who can't destroy you, they will destroy the hell out your character. But it'll be at that point in time, are you worried about what the next person think of you? You never know how that person sees themselves. And a lot of time when people sees themselves, I had to be at that point where I had to stop judging people. I said, you ain't perfect, you got, you still clearing out, the skeletons in your closet. You still trying to have that courage just to face things that was very traumatic for you in your life, to where it just seemed like, how can I be able to forgive the unforgivable? And it's just at that point where you have to be able to listen to your higher self. And I'm not talking about your fears or your ego, because it'll, be telling you to go tit for tat, or, being at that point where, I got receipts for all the stuff that I go through. But it'll be at that point where God can tell my story better than I can. So why don't I just allow myself to keep living through my purpose, not really worried about having to, validate myself through other people and their opinions of how I live, or, what things they think that's going on in my life, or, let me see if I can destroy her life a lot more than what you're doing. Be a lot of times, your enemies will sit up here and put you in traps, and they fall in it themselves. Be falling in it themselves. But it'll be at that time where even if you do fall into a trap, it'll be at that point, a lot of times God will allow certain things to happen just to show even your enemies He's still in control of your life, regardless of what these people have done to you, or what kind of dirt they played on your name. It was about you reinventing yourself. Not worry about, oh girl, or oh dude, I heard about this and this and this and that. And I was just like, you ain't got nothing else to say? No. I said, if you go ahead and believe that, go ahead and add a little bit more to it if you need to. It'll be at that point in my life where I had to just not be okay with people not knowing my story, or, not believing me, or having to believe in me, or, what people want to just paint me out to be the worst person of it is. But it's just like the real people that know me. I know that I'm not even capable of over half the things these people have said I've done. But it would be just like how I had to be able to say, how do I see myself? Who really matters to you about what they think about you other than God? I've allowed myself to admit my flaws. I had to be able to allow myself to be very transparent on the different things that I've gone through. I'm not ashamed of people knowing my past, because my past has created something better for me in my future, even if I'm not there yet. You don't know what's unfolding on into your life unless you're giving yourself that chance. And for you to be able to go through it, yeah, we're going to have some bumps in the road. Yeah, we're going to have, different setbacks. But it's allowing you to be able to say, I can create this comeback. How bad do I really want it? If there's something that you really want in your life, those setbacks, those failures, what people say, what people try to do, or whatever will be that fuel for you to create and be able to tell yourself, you look in the mirror and say, you know what, I don't care about what other people think of me. I know how there's battles I face that I don't even speak on a daily basis. There'll be people that I'm real close to, and I still really don't tell them a lot of the things that I go through. Then I had to be very selective about who I told the different struggles I went through, because a lot of times people were preying on those situations being worse for me. And I had to be at that point in time in life where people are just going to be people. We all here in this world to have some kind of purpose. Either you here to encourage or you here to destroy. It's your choice on what you choose to have in life when you're doing those different things. And it's just like, every day I try to, even when it's the littlest things, I try to give God grace for those things. Even when I feel discouraged and I feel like, as much as I'm putting out, life should not have to be this way, but it would be just like you have to be able to take the good with the bad. That's the way of life. Everything cannot always be easy to you, because how would you grow? How would you really know your full potential unless God has placed you, or spirit has placed you, or universe has placed you in a certain kind of dilemma where you really had to see things for what they truly are. And a lot of times we had to be able to see it through stressful things in life, different things where we had to struggle for something, or or you had to be able to have to wait patiently on different things where, it's really trying your faith, it's really trying your patience, how you believe in yourself. Because a lot of times, I used to be at that point where I tell God, okay, I'm laying this all on the line, I surrender this and this and that, okay, I want this. And then wondering why do I have to have, why when we had this conversation, I thought we had this understanding. I surrendered. So there should be no more heartbreak, no more struggle, no more this, no more that. And it's just like, it's not about preaching or anything, but it's just, it allowed me to see God's ways on really changing my life to better me. He's like, I'm already where I'm at, where I need to be at. I'm just trying to get you there. And if that means I need some people to be very deceptive of you, I'm going to bring some people in your life that's going to encourage you as well. Be able to believe in you more. When you believe in yourself, you have to be able to understand even the enemy thinks you're great. And I'm not saying that to be, arrogant or condescending or even patronizing, even though I know my enemies watch me. I could sit up here and be talking about the all hope is alive type situation, and you'll still be triggered by that. But it'll be at that point, if people didn't try so hard to discourage you or make you feel like, oh, it's going to take forever for these blessings that you're working on to be in your fruition, or or discourage you any kind of way to make you feel like, oh, it can never happen. And it'll be just at that point, if God gave you that vision, God gives you a lot of visions that's not meant for others to view. He gave that to you and you only. Everybody has their own vision on how to see things. You can put like a picture right here, just like a picture of Buddha. What kind of symbolism of insight do you get out of just seeing that picture? And so many people can come up with their own different point of view, their vantage point on how they see it. But these are the different things that you go through and say, you found it. You found your strength when you were in times of weakness, when there's different times you didn't know what to do. You may have got on your knees and prayed to God, I don't understand what you're sending me to, but just give me the strength to continue to keep moving forward. Even though there'll be different times, I wanted to give up, it was the fact is not saying I was totally, not going to do videos anymore. But like I said at the beginning, when I come back, I really wanted something to say. Not something that I talk about all the time or different things that's taking place into my life. It doesn't stop, the enemy from, trying to do whatever they can do to stop you. But it's just the point. They on their journey of doing what they need to do for you, like as you doing for them, as well as in yourself. Everybody is like a mirror image of something. Let me go ahead and discourage this person so many different times. It'll make them give up on themselves. I don't need them to see their potential. And instead of sitting up here saying, like you've heard me say it, I got this person trying to stop what I'm doing this, stop what I'm doing that, stop what I'm doing this. And it's just like, I had to be able to like, stop doing that. Even if it's true, stop doing that. Because if it was supposed to be totally like the enemy or the devil wanted to be, it would have been an open and shut case, with me. Or open and shut case when it comes to you. There was still, even, with me getting my videos monetized and different things like that, when people start seeing the growth in me, They didn't like that. They needed to discourage me. They needed other people to not believe in me. They needed for people not to support me, or people seeing me as a fraud or a false prophet. I ain't fake about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fake about nothing. It'd be, I might wear wigs or something like that, but there ain't nothing really fake about me. Anything that I really feel like it's important for me to say is going to be said. Without me feeling so, apprehensive. Is like, what do people think? Or what are they going to say? I just don't care. It's allowing people to know everybody got a thing that they're not proud of what they have done. Probably in the present life, in the past life, or whatever. Not worrying about what other people think, what other people say. Most of the time, people don't even like themselves. How am I going to allow this person that sits up here and hates on every person that they try to see that's trying to make their life better? That they're doing something that the other person won't do. But the way they do that is by discouraging you. They see your potential before you see it. That's just like they say, your enemies see your blessings before you do. Why every time when you're trying to move forward and you trying to, get on that path of you're in an impasse where you can allow your life to keep being bleak and mundane or whatever like that, or you can allow yourself to let that road get rocky, let that boat be rocked a little bit, for let me be able to find my strength in between those struggles I have to go through, those setbacks or that deception. But also being able to allow myself, there's some people out there that sees, there's a lot of people that sees your situation for what it is at times, okay, or to a certain extent, but either there's going to be a negative or a positive, and we need both of them to be able to move forward. And because if you didn't have nobody trying to discourage you about, what you can and can't do, or what can't and can be able to be fruition for you, whatever things that you're trying to manifest in your life and can and cannot happen, you needed those situations for you to be able to believe in yourself more. You can't win if you ain't never lost. That win is going to be good, but it's going to have a whole different meaning when you've seen the setbacks, when you've seen the struggles, when you've seen that you had to be able to do things by yourself, even when you were not by yourself, or you had to be able to just be stuck for a minute. It gave you that courage. That's where our faith and our belief and our strength and our wisdom and our resilience comes from, because of the different things that we had to go through in life. You can allow the devil to whisper in your ear, and that's all it is. It's just an entity that sees everything within you that can be promising. Like, you don't know, you could be that one person that's created as a leader to really allow people in different walks of life to really look at life differently. Like when my situation is going on, it was just like I've been placed in a situation where if I really allowed tea to really be spilled the way it is, that's some very unforgivable stuff that I went through, and it was just that of what it was. But it was just like, this is a situation that's not impossible to overcome or achieve anything that's greater than your understanding. Because it's not, our life is not moving through our understanding. It's from the higher power. So you're going through that. Y'all already know, if you've been with me for a while, I'm not a religious person. I'm just heavy on my spiritual. And I've seen the different things that goes on in my life. There'll be different times where I've seen where there's setups where I should not even been here. But I was shielded, because it was like, no, this ain't your time. I don't care what anybody says. We got to destroy this. When you are a generational curse breaker and you are the anointed, you are chosen, you are going to go through hell. Especially if you're a Heyoka. We already go through stuff hell because we already make things harder than it needs to be. We are just like that. We are just initially like that. But then it's just like, if you didn't go through those things harder, you wouldn't have a deeper value of life. When you see where is this worth your energy? You're starting to get to that point where things that was very, a turn on and tantalizing to you and suckling and all that stuff, now this stuff is making you dry heave. It makes me want to heave. It would be one of those different things. Like, I used to think that was good. Or I used to think that was tolerable, and it'll be those different things. Like, even when you were not exactly where you are not the person that you started off on this journey to be. You really truly weren't. But you started seeing the different things that changed you in life. You started seeing the enemy for what it truly was. And it's like, even though it's an enemy, it's just you had to be at that point in time where I have to thank my enemies, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't have showed me how resilient I am. I mean, they are very reluctant on trying to bring me down, or they're very reluctant on being on that vibe of where, not even using reluctant, but they were on that game where they really wanted me to be seen and within the worst light possible, or being able to, oh, she lied about this, she lied about that. And it'll be at that point where we both know the truth. You can disfigure my life all you want to, knowing I can completely destroy yours with the receipts that I have. But it'll be at that time where I'm not even about that. I'm just trying to allow myself to be as I truly need to be. And it's this energy or whatever it is, the devil whispering in somebody's ear, she getting too close or he's getting too close. You almost at that door, and he trying to sit up here and show you that's not your door. All the things that you have went through is in vain. Everything, all this pain you going through, God done say he done brought you this far and you still ain't where you at. You don't know, you could be one blink of an eye from being very successful, or being on a whole new plane of a vibration, or even a frequency that you never even thought you could be at. You have probably been thinking like this, where God told you to think a little bit bigger. Think a little bit bigger. It's all about how you choose to look at things, how you choose to go about things. I'm here to mold you. You've been a work in progress for a long time. Now you molding out the edges. You softening them down a little bit. You're adding structure to this. You are showing different features of yourself that you didn't even know you can be. Just because you found this. You found this through the midst of your storm. You found that through where you're trying to be disciplining yourself to be calm through some very chaotic-ish. And and if you did not find that, you wouldn't have been able to find that if you didn't never have nobody tell you no. No is like the next opportunity. It may be no from that person, but God telling me yes. But for him to be telling me yes, you're going to have to go through some different things. I'm going to bring some people into your life. Like all the time, you might be feeling lonely right now. It's like nobody's really on my vibe. Nobody truly gets me. And it's just like we're taking those different people out of your life. That they have their situation is already expired with you. All of a sudden, y'all switched from some kind of weird reason. As soon as I said that, my daggone nose started itching. It's whether good or bad. But it's not whether it's good or bad, depending on your situation, how you choose to look at it. I learned so much from my enemies. I learned so much about how people have just worked their hardest just to be able to try to prove something I'm not. Whatever they say I was doing, it was most of the time it was usually them. But it'll be at that time I was just like, dang, I really gotta appreciate them. Because it would be at that point you are showing, God shows favor over you. He really is. He is really showing favor over your life. Even when it don't feel like it, it'll just like it'll be like he will put you in a ring of fire and you will never be touched. You will never be scorned. You will never be burnt. You will never have soot. You will never be coming out smelling like smoke. I made them stand right there and I protected them from all the things that I knew was going to be detrimental towards their life. But I also allowed them to go through different things and see how I could snatch them out of that. And just within when they gave me a chance to do what I need to do, not standing in my way on what God got to do for me. He was like, I've been trying to tell you I got this the whole time, but you want to do this your way. It's like, why don't you just step back and why don't you see things my way? You gonna get that little voice in your ear that says you can do it. You found it through so many different layers of an onion of you. And it's just like, yeah, we all a blooming onion. I feel like that because sometimes it'll make you cry. Sometimes that aroma is just very intolerable, because that's when you start leveling up, things start getting very uncomfortable to you. Very, very uncomfortable. And then it's just that daggone creepy stillness of silence. You'll start noticing within yourself, you're not focused on the things that's not sending you growth, or it's not taking you to that next level. You'll allow yourself to either talk about different things that uplift you, or what makes you smile, what gives you that joy, or different things when you even by yourself you appreciate. It's just like, it's like real talk. If I didn't go through these different things, I would have never knew how strong I really was. Or if it wasn't for people always trying to downplay my come-ups or the things that I'm achieving, you're doing a lot of things that a lot of people are not scared or even brave or got the courage enough to face. They would have hauled ass and hit pavement going stage left. Yes, I went stage right, but I meant stage, when I say stage left and they went right. You know. But yet, you had that courage to go ahead and deal with a lot of different things. There was a lot of things I had to accept where people are still trying to make me pay for something that had nothing to do with me. When people go out their way to say so many different things about me because people want them to be able to see them how they see me. I got folks up here doing things that don't even know me. You just heard word from mouth about how I am, or what she can't say, or what we got to stop her from doing. And it's just like, only I can stop me. Only I had to be able to deal with that, saying only I can stop me. If there's always a way around different things that God made a way for. Nobody can take something for you that was already like geographically structured just for you into your life of purpose. And you're going through these different things. You may be going through a lot of financial hardship. You're going through different things with your children, your immediate family, or at your job and stuff like that. But these are the different things that are having you to have a courage, saying, yeah, I know things might be bleak right now. I know things may be, not understanding, but you can feel at the same time things has changed a lot. You don't know what God has protected you from. You're not done blocked out of your life. A lot of times we get mad and get in our feelings because we're not getting what we want, but not realizing we're getting more than what we even think we deserve. And we may not be able to see it that way right now, but it'll all make sense. It's just like, God wanted you to be able, it's like, why are you thinking so small? I need you to think global. I need you to think, universal, going past limits. You're limiting yourself. We set a belief towards ourselves, and a lot of times we have to be able to make sure we're talking positive to ourselves. Because a lot of times it's easy to talk negative. I'm this, I'm that, I'm tired, this and this, that. It'll be tired to go ahead and get a rest. And where is your energy going to? Where is your focus going at? Don't allow the things that are out of your control about what people try to do so much in your life consume you in your life. And I had to be able to tell myself that. I had to really had to be able to tell myself that. Then there'll be different times where I'll sit up here and just look. I was like, think about 6 years ago. Would you be able to really talk to yourself in that way, or be able to have a discussion with somebody like that a long time ago? The way your mindset was going, the way you did things, the way your ways were, and always needed validation from different people, or I wanted to be liked, or I wanted so many people to hear, this is my story. This is like, if you had a chance to hear my story, then you would. If what led me here to what I'm going through, then you do. If not, hey, you just on the ride. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Keep watching my videos. But like I said, I know I've been gone for a while. I haven't did any videos, and I do apologize, y'all. But it was just, I was going through so many different things. Ain't even making no excuses up, but it was just I was so much in my head about a lot of things that if I come back, I want to have nothing regurgitated about what the hell I done already talked about before. You know what you need to know when you need to know it. If you want to know, all you got to do is start from the beginning. That's all I tell people. You want to know more about what brought me here, start from the beginning. I got a lot of videos back behind that to lead me to what I'm doing now, you know, and it only can get better from there. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video, y'all. Much love to you. I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Please be responsible and safe whatever you're doing. You know, recognize yourself, you know, celebrate yourself, even on the littlest victories. You know, if you're getting throughout the day without even having a negative thought on your mind, or even focusing on what happened to you in the past that can't even be changed, but it was just supposed to give you, you know, some kind of, you know, cliff note to be able to say, hey, this is that time to cut cords, or hey, this is that time to heal, or this is that time to let go and forgive. You know, all those different things, allow yourself to do that. You know, you never know what God got around the corner for you. So much love to you. Make sure you're giving out all love and light through energy of, you know, energy, frequency, love, you know, just compassion, as well as, you know, talk, just to uplift somebody. You never know, they can truly need that. So see you soon. I'll see you on my next video, whenever that'll be. But much love to you. Peace.